All right, so I'm back. We had a discussion on sleep cycles in the previous video, so I decided to kind of reset the stream, go back into focus. Also try to keep it organized and not have like 5-hour videos going on. Mm, try to keep it in parts. So I'll probably be restarting often to kind of keep things in organized format. So at the moment, I've started testing out, well, I did test out DeepSeek, and this is what we got. It's like whatever, man. So these are the sections. They're not linked. They're supposed to take me to certain parts, but this is the first section of page. Where? Where is this? I don't even see this text. So if I actually analyze the text, section 1, section 2, it's being hidden by JavaScript, it feels like. Interesting. So what's the JavaScript look like? So rect top bottom, section cliff visible is in viewport, scroll function. So like, oh, because I wasn't scrolling. Okay, interesting. So it did something. So okay. So then maybe, what if I do a little, this is an interesting way to do it. What if it's not well, no. Section, what if I do a bunch of BRs here to separate them just really quickly? Make this a bit more scrollable. So will this actually, section 1, section 2, section 3. Nice. Okay. That's cute. That's not bad. That's a cool little feature just with basic JavaScript. What if else? We can do a little bit of else here. Section.class list.remove visible. Just a little extra adjustment here. This is what I love doing. I love getting the AI to make some stuff, and then I mess it up or mess with it. Yeah, it goes in and out. Existence. Yeah, cool. It just keeps on doing it. I like it. I like it. So that's a feature I can use. It's not completely useless. Oh. Oh. So DeepSeek was a little clever here. It didn't really give me a full out page though, which is alright, I suppose. What do I expect? But it did give me a cool little feature I can add to websites with a very simple set of code. Just a add event listener that listens for the viewport section. And that's interesting. The way that is in viewport works, it grabs a rectangle top greater than 0, left greater than 0, window inner height, document element. Document element is probably a reference to the current element. Yes, get bounding client rectangle. Interesting. This is what I'm saying. Like, you don't want to essentially like use AI to do things for you, but you could learn such interesting things from it. That's it. All right, so it wasn't horribly bad design. Interesting effect. Visibility scroll. I'll give that a little note there. So that's from our DeepSeek test. Let me go back to AI tests and open up my code here. So that's fun. Of course, if I go ahead and use look at that. Oh, it's got even light mode, dark mode. So if I use this for the Grok, it's going to be pretty insane. And is it one file? I think it did it on one file, which is normally a huge context window limitation, which has no, it's not bad or it's not difficult for framework AIs to go for. And 23-second think time, that's insane. So all I need to do is index.html. Also, Grok does know that I like single file programs, and if I want to refactor it into my own files, I do that. So what's that look like? How'd you do, Grok? I mean, comparison-wise, it took like a template, base template. It looks pretty fluid. See, this is how you can also like tell websites if they were AI generated. You make your own. Make your own AI generated website, and if you see an online website that mimics the same feel, I've seen websites look like this. And this is a Lumina. Is that like a type of base template? Tailwind, CSS. How many times Lumina pop up here? Lumina project, Lumina made with love, infinite transitions, Lumina. Okay. I remember when the day of like hunting down for templates was insane. Now all of those templates are saved inside of these little machine learning systems. So maybe it's just it's using a CDN, the public dynamic library. That's cool. Tailwind CSS. Let's see what that looks like. Messy. Is Lumina in here? No. Luminosity. Okay. So I guess it just named it Lumina for whatever reason. But I mean, full-fledged website, right? It has full use. A little bit on the text leaking out of the side form. Not so great. What? It has a modal to sign up. Nice. Okay, that's cute. That's very cute. What else? Watch the magic. 13-second animation reel. I guess this would be where I put my actual demo. If I had like a... Interesting. A video to do so. So this is Grok's creation. Again, looks super generic. It is smooth. I rotated that for a logo. Light mode activated, but dark still looks better. I agree. I agree. The light mode doesn't look so nice. It didn't do light on most of these. Yeah, light mode is boring. This page says. Yeah, Grok is a little bit of a trickster over here. He's got his own little quirks for sure. All right, so that was the Grok version of the website. There's no way that any of these would actually match up for sure. I would be very surprised. So now we're at Qwen 3.5. It's using a single page. Nice. Okay. I'm interested in seeing what happened here. This is, let's see, 3.5. And this was specifically trained on code, so it's going to do really good stuff there, and really good stuff arbitrary to the fact of coding. So, index.html. Wow. Hello. When? This is a local model over here. DeepSeek ain't got nothing. DeepSeek just kind of did a nothing burger. Welcome, you successfully loaded animated UI demo. Smooth. Fast performance. Open again. And it keeps the tabs open. Cute. Email message. Animate UI. I mean, it's still basic. It basically mimics, I mean, it's really close to Grok at this point. And that's just an same prompt. Oh, but look at you. You were reading up some stuff online, huh? What did you find? Oh, I tried to. Oh, because I don't have Docker running. Hold on. You're trying to go for the access. Do I? No, it is running. Is my thing running? Hold on a bit. Unless my IP changed. When I reset, yeah, I restarted the computer, maybe my IP changed. I need to make it a static instead of a dynamic. Wait, no, it's the same. Firewalls? Something's happening, preventing me from doing the thing I need. Okay. Check the connection. It's doing fine. Oh, right. Well, I'm not using the port that I should be using for the actual CRXNG. Right? Oh, wait, hold on. Why is that's not even that's not the one I did. Why is this here? Hold on. This is not the right container. When did that container pop up? There we go. Okay, so now Qwen does indeed have access to the internet. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Oh, boom. So maybe if I do it again with the internet, it'll give me a better result, but I still am impressed by Qwen local model. What it actually did here. It accomplished quite a bit. Being that it's like, I mean, it's not far off from what Grok did, right? Let's look at them side by side. Although Grok did have a light and dark mode, more animations on Grok. Grok didn't have the fade in, fade out effect, which I do really like. But the top is a bit more attractive. Not that I could merge things together or work with them, particularly in a hybrid. Okay. So local, Grok, not Grok, sorry. Qwen 3.5, uncensored, Hawk aggressive, which is a 6.10 gigabyte model. It's not even that big. DeepSeek Coder was 8 gigs and it barely did anything. It didn't even scratch the surface. I almost want to give it a try again. But, I mean, the first time it did something, it said, oh, hey, I'm going to provide you with resources instead of code it for you. Sure, it can help guide you through. It did give me a decent sense of the actual coding base, especially for the JavaScript event listener. That was pretty cool. It did simplify things a bit. All right. Test 3, or well, another test 1, but this time let's do the big boy, the 15 gig. I'm gonna bump it up to 13,000 context window. All right. Let's see. Give it the same prompts. It is technically using less GPU memory right now. No, it's not. It's thinking now. This one might take some time. Oh, yeah. It's thinking. This is probably why I should probably do these tests outside of stream and then come back on stream and report, because this is what happens on the local machine, right? You can give it a project overnight and probably finish it as a big project. But on the local, you are kind of crunching time. But then again, Qwen 3.5 was, no, the uncensored 3.5 9B. 9B was still really good compared to 27B. I'm doing 27B now, which is a larger model and about 15 gigs of space, which means that effectively, if I wanted to run this on its full speed, I'd have to have probably 2 or 3 graphics cards if they were like 8 gigs each. I just need more RAM. It started. It's begun the process. Let's see. For the next test, I'll start with Grok. Oh, actually, hold on. There's another test I wanted to do. GPT, I don't think GPT is going to do much. The 4o model, I think, is probably one of the better models that GPT made. What was the thinking process here? Smooth animations, transition between models, tab interfaces, navigation menu, other design effects. Hero section animated, comprehensive single page demonstrates all these features. It's a typical standard base right there. Form validation effects, nice. Vanilla CSS, JavaScript, keep it clean and performant, very good. Yeah, so we're gonna wait for our big boy Qwen to run that, I think. But in the meantime, pages can be quite burdensome. So let's try something else. Some canvas elements. This is where it actually does a pretty good job on. Create an animated ocean with sine and cosine waves, providing layers with them to simulate depth with a sun horizon transitioning to moon and adjusting. That's going to be kind of hard for the local models, I think. And adjusting lighting effect to time of day. That's going to be a bit difficult for the local models to do. But I mean, look at it's doing. It's not bad. They already planned out the variables on the CSS style. It's using Cloudflare, Almond.js, Google API, Poppins, with like a font or something. I mean, just looking at the difference in speed. Is insane. All right, I need some more hypey music. Yeah, so of course, Grok is done. ocean canvas. Let's see what that looks like. Interesting. Interesting. Uh-huh. Interesting. Interesting. It's a little weird. Layer 3 background, layer 2 mid-depth, layer 1. Oh. Well, that's cute. I do like the night one the night version's nicer. Why is this is pretty cool actually. Depth intensity. Okay. It's like traveling now. I like it. Whoa. What? The moon turns into the sun. That's how that works. Yep. That's exactly how that works. Just okay, okay. In the future, we're gonna be so cooked. We're gonna be looking at stuff like this created by AI, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, so that's how the moon works." The moon turns into the sun. That's how light and dark. It's like it turns on like a light bulb. Yeah. All right, so it's got a bit of an odd situation here. I'm trying to see it on a real-time case. Nighttime, so the moon should pop up. I do like the background. It's got subtle stars happening. It's interesting. The moon pops up again at 0. That's so weird, man. Why you do that? Why this? Why this though? Also, why the square around the sun? Oh, it might be a gradient that's not doing so hot. Adjustable. All right, so that's what Grok hooked up. Okay, we're struggling. Anyway, I'll probably do more later. I will. I'll need to actually make these tests before stream. There's no way I'm going to be sitting on stream unless we have a bunch of questions and stuff and just chilling. But still, the stream to be watching my little dude over here struggling to create with the NVIDIA 3070. Look at the poor thing. 7.5 gigs processing with some shared. Yes. Anyway, so that's kind of the setup I'm going to go for. I'm going to continue doing these tests with each of the models, and I'll probably expand the list. Right now we've got DeepSeek, GPT-4o, and these are all local models distilled. Grok is server, so I'm going to add the server keyword here so we can kind of compare to like the lower base model, user accessible data center. You can do GPT data center as well. I'm sure you get different sorts of results, but I'm using Grok as kind of baseline, which in the end, I've actually played with Grok a lot on the basis of creating servers and all kinds of little doohickeys and systems. And it does well. It does some errors and some weird forgetful formatting, but I go in and fix it and it's fine. So being that you know what you're doing, that's kind of the important part too. Being that you know what you're doing in the first place, using these tools is a godsend because it reduces 90% of your workflow. Even if it's like just debugging stuff, you can really find and do a lot of pieces. And once you kind of see how the AI works and the mistakes the AI makes, you can basically find those errors pretty quickly. versus human errors, which can be much more unpredictable. So I'm going to do a bit more. Probably going to try out all the models I have stored on here. Qwen Claude, Mistral Nemo, Nemotron Mini, Nomic Embedded. Probably put some more details in the folder naming convention to kind of show the size and the parameter model and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm going to call it here. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you. And check out my other video. We're talking about, while I was setting up, we were talking a bit about sleep cycles. If you're, interested in learning a little bit more about how to optimize your sleep, I have a couple of tools that I shared with my viewers in the previous video right before this one. That's why I kind of started over to basically focus on the programming aspect of things. But I did go into details on basically how I multitask, work 40 hours, and university 80 hours, considering my computer science major. And hopefully it'll help you if you're in that situation where you got to work and you got to learn and study. There's a way you can optimize your sleep. Like everything else, man. Min-max everything. Anyway, thanks for joining. I'll see you next time. I'll report with my findings and a full set of tests for all of these different sets. And I'll let you know what I find. Which one would be the best case scenario. Just to have like a little programming partner on your computer. And that's it.